although the F2 feature race has just finished, Mini's won it. Bogdanovic in second. Alex Dunn in 19th. Quite a few retirements look like. Probably an exciting race, but Mini's doing really well this season. Good result for Mini. Yeah, I've got the championship standings on the left to begin with, and let me update the like front as well. Let me do that. So it might be interesting to look at the points here. The Williams just way down there. Way down there. Really not where they want to be at all. There we go. Now we've got the likes. So yeah, Kimi in the lead, 204 points, 6 wins. I mean, it's looking absolutely dominant. How Russell only has 2 wins this season, I don't really know. That is the case. Charles Leclerc 4th. I mean, given that Lewis is ahead of George, and given that Charles is breathing down George's neck, do we have to start thinking about whether Kimi is actually ironically out driving the Mercedes? I mean, Kimi's had some really bad luck as well. But then again, if that's what you get with the Mercedes, if you get a lot of power but it's a bit unreliable, the engine, maybe that's fair enough. Interesting that Oscar is only 11 points behind Lando. I feel like Lando's been getting a lot of plaudits, but Oscar's gone completely under the radar. That's how I watch it anyway. And then Max. Somehow Max in P7. Max is behind Oscar Piastri. Kind of makes no sense. Hadjar is keeping pace with Max, which is interesting. Thought he had a podium in Monaco, but that podium went to Gasly. Gasly's out driving Colapinto quite significantly, I would say, because those points are harder to come by. I mean, Behrman is making Ocon look very average. Welcome, Vlatka. Not too bad. I'm back from China, so enjoying being back in the UK. Very much. Philip, Lando has had numerous issues while Oscar's had barely any. Is that anything that could be with driving the car or not? Good to have you back streaming. Get some Baiju. What's Baiju? I ate a lot out there and drank a lot out there. I don't really know what a lot of it was. Welcome, Mary Mars as well. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. And Fernando Alfonso with that singular point. Let's see how the Astons do here though in qualifying with their big upgrade, their Evo upgrade. It's been dubbed. Welcome, Martin Thompson as well. Good to see you. Baiju is Chinese rice wine. We did have Chinese rice wine. We also had lots of Chinese beer. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see all the stories. There's still lots of stories for me to post. But make sure you're following me on Insta. YouTube, YouTube used to have stories. The first time I went out to a race with Formula E, this is like 4 years ago. Is it more? I think it's 4 years ago. And they flew out like, 8 or 10 creators. And basically all of them were on Instagram and TikTok. So all short form. And back then, YouTube actually had stories, but I'd never used it. I don't think anyone used it. So I did actually post YouTube stories when they got rid of... I think they got rid of the feature while I was out there. So basically, if you want video updates of where I am in the world, the place where I do that generally is Instagram. Because they're not videos that make sense months and years later, I think. Have you seen the MV8? You know what? I saw an ad for it. Maybe I'll go and visit them because I've met the dude before. We've met at events before. So I might go down and see. It looks really good. It looks like... Don't SimLab also make one? And it looks like the SimLab. Yeah, let me know if you know anything more about it, Marimars. But it looks good. I know MV8 have done all the wizardry on the G29. Like, they create a quick release for G29. But this might be a lot easier. I'm excited to get back into making kind of my usual sim content. Philip, I'm looking to upgrade from a G29 to a better wheel. I'm option to DD Pro RS50. If you've liked the G29, I would go RS50. Because if you like the ethos of the G29, you're likely to like the ethos of the RS50. However, if you want to venture into a new world with Fanatec, then by all means get the DD Pro. But it will feel different. The firmware update will feel different. Everything else will feel different. Anyway, both of them you can get 5% off using code Kireth, I think. I think now we're on 5% discount for you guys on Thrustmaster. Oh, Joe Cards, good to see you. Thrustmaster, Logitech, Fanatec, and I'm working on Moser. I reckon we'll be there with Moser soon. Yeah, good to see you, Joe Card. We need to work out this another exciting wheel. I just wonder if it's going to be too much hassle with the import. I wonder whether it's easier if you just take footage of unboxing it and send it to me. Antonio Villa, here I am slumming it on F1 26 with a controller. You know what? On the F1 game, honestly, this is going to sound really unpopular. I think a controller might be the best way to play that game. I really do. This is the F1 game specifically. Something like Forza Horizon, I actually think it's fun playing it on a wheel. But the F1 game, because you're going like full lock a lot, it's just satisfying to hit that thumbstick and turn and then turn and then turn. So I think doing the F1 game, I think Gran Turismo, Gran Turismo is better on a wheel, or at least I'm better on a wheel. You've been the backbone. I tell you what, Logitech have been really good. Logitech give me the discount codes. You know, every so often I go to events with Logitech. I went to Goodwood with Logitech and McLaren, which is pretty cool. So I don't really do a lot of sponsored content for Logitech at all, which is quite weird. But I have the 5% code and I like the products. And we go to events, so every brand is different. And also the product just seems to work and is reliable. I have pretty much exactly the same relationship with Thrustmaster as I do with Logitech. As in, it's basically like I have a discount code. But I'm way more comfortable recommending Logitech than the Thrustmaster. Like that Thrustmaster T598. I think there's going to be videos in years to come, people talking about, oh, that wasn't Thrustmaster's best product. But it's almost like no one wants to talk about it now. It needs to be spoken about now. But that product is just too unreliable. I heard that the Fanatec has issues though, like disconnecting. I think that was with a recent firmware update. They tried to add full force for free, and I think it went wrong. Tyre management is a non-starter. Yeah. I think the F1 game is like because they have F1 esports. Honestly, I think F1 esports should be on a controller. I think it'd be way bigger. Even when I was in China, I saw so many esports like pop-up events in China, like FIFA and all these ones just pop up. And obviously everyone's just there on a controller or on some of them on their phone. I think F1 esports doesn't need to be on sim racing wheels. This might be a really controversial opinion. And I've been to F1 esports this year. I've seen the event. I've seen all the rigs. And it's almost like, I think a lot of time brands just don't really get it. Like if you're like the executive layer of a brand, you really have no idea what it's like being a consumer or like someone who actually plays or uses your product. And I think with F1 esports, they think that people are going to be so impressed with the cockpits and the wheels and everything. And I think they kind of miss the point. Anyway. RS50 is great. Also got a hydraulic damper. Ah, okay. From Rival Performance. I have to check that out. Hydraulic damper. It doesn't dampen it too much. Is it basically about how it comes back to you? Are the RS50 pedals better than DD Pro? Weirdly, yes. Weirdly, the DD Pro pedals are not load cells. So Thrustmaster's entry level pedals not load cells, and Fanatec's ones not load cells. You should go, but the Club Swap V3 pedals from Fanatec are very good, but they're not part of the bundle. I think I've done a video, hopefully it came out, where I'd like created bundles from the brand. Like, this is what they should do. Like, Fanatec should do a bundle that's GT DD Pro, load cells, and then something like this, what was the McLaren rim, in my opinion. It's just a new advert for Audi from this impartial broadcast from Sky Sports, sponsored by one of the competitors. You can adjust the resistance. Okay. Nelson says, come on, let's go, Fezza. So, did I miss a race in China? I think I missed Spa, didn't I? Did anyone watch Spa? We were following it at the time, but if anyone saw anything notable from Spa, let me know. But when you look at the championship, it's just Kimi. I think didn't Charles come second? The crazy thing is that if Kimi has an issue this race, let's say gets a DNF, which is, you know, it's happened quite a lot this season, and let's say Lewis wins it, which is, you'd think it's likely that Lewis, George, or Charles is going to win it then. Let's see how the McLarens do. Then Lewis would be on 184 points, if my math is correct. So Lewis would be within a win of Kimi, which is kind of crazy, given that Kimi's won 6 and Lewis would have won 2. Oh, Joecast, thanks for the gifted. Who's got it? It's boosted. My phone's fallen. It's boosted. Thank you very much, Joecast. I was so excited, everything fell over. Hopefully it's all okay. Thank you very much for the gift of membership, much appreciated. Send some clap. Oh, there we go. Antonia's done it already. Send some claps in the chat there, Anflatka. Let's clap that one up. Thank you very much for sharing the love with the gifted membership. Much appreciated. Boosted. What do you mean, Leroy? Who's Leroy? Oh, here's Leroy. Leroy, I have RS15, love it, but still no support on GT7. That makes no sense to me. The True Force is in there. Do you mean, what, natively? Like the diagram? Let us know what you mean exactly there so I can try and understand, because I'm not understanding at the moment. But big thanks to Joecast for the gifted membership. Much appreciated. Hope you're looking forward to a good race. Very sunny, it seems, at the Hungaroring. Welcome, PCR Esports. Good to see you as well. Let us know if you're lurking, by the way. We'll be here for qualifying. We'll be here for the race tomorrow. Oh, Joecast with another gifted. And it's gone to Ola. Ola Yanain. Big thanks, Joecast. Thank you very much. Very, very, very kind. Oh, and another one as well. They're just absolutely flooding in now. I've just done my thanks. That one is Bamba Bus. Who's got the other one? This is absolutely crazy. He's absolutely kicking off. I'm going to put the hypes in. But thank you very much, Joecast. Much appreciated. I know you've got the new Thrustmaster wheel, which I am intrigued to see what the reception's like on it, because I know the pricing of that wheel is probably people buy it as like a collector's item. But is there not something a bit disconcerting about buying a product with a screen that is a limited run? But I think the cat's out the bag. There's no way it's going to be a limited run. they're gonna make thousands and thousands of them, just not with the high-end components they've done on that one, I imagine. Let me know what you think. But thank you very much for the gift for memberships. Much appreciated. Welcome, Martin, as well. Jeremy says, in Spa, Piastri was on the radio like Leclerc. He wasn't happy. He wasn't happy. Not to hijack away from Simmering said that was just chatting Kireth reckon about extra race. Malaysia. Malaysia's what I'm hearing. Malaysia's what I'm hearing. Joker, they fumbled with a 1-1 replica. Which bit is it? Which bit is it? I know there was some drama because there was another company that was making a replica. Yeah, the rumours are saying that Sepang is going to be announced tomorrow, which would be incredible because people have been asking for Sepang for such a long time. Now, if you're Mercedes and you happen to be sponsored by Petronas, then that's... I wonder how much pressure you've been putting in on that. Let's see. Antonio White from there may be going. That's what I'm hearing. Because no ticket, it won't be sold out, put it like that. Tickets will be available. Would I go to Sepang?
Okay, crack on.
Having just been to China? I think the answer is yes, definitely. That's the plan. Maybe we do a visit out to Sepang. So apparently at Silverstone, they were going to announce like Saudi and everything like that. They were going to announce Saudi and everything, and it never happened. And now it looks like it's Sepang. Ariel says 3 months is held to prepare. You mean for the teams or for the track? I wonder how the financials work on that. I wonder if F1 went out and like allowed tracks to bid. Because normally the tracks pay F1 and then they make money from sales, or it's like it's for the nation. Jeremy Bins, we've had. Let's do a nations check, everyone. Let us know where in the world you're watching from. Speaking of nations, let us know who you're supporting. So we see Kimi is leading the championship. 8 podiums, 6 wins. 8 podiums, 6 of them wins. We haven't had 14 races yet, unless we have. Have we? No, surely we haven't had 14 races. BC, I'd like to go back to Turkey. I was watching some onboard at Turkey. I think I was watching Weber at Turkey. It looked really good. Joe Cars, first of all, there's another non-official functional replica. Yes, the Picari or something like that. Not licensed. I bet Ferrari told them to stop that one once the Thrustmaster one was coming out. Martin from Netherlands, Antonio from Australia, Vlatka from Croatia rooting for Kimi. Second, there is an official replica licensed by... Ah, okay, there is a non-sim racing one. It seems like it's a good enough excuse for me to... Is that magnetic? What the hell's going on there? To whip this out. Which I have the cable for now. So I have the cable. Where is it? There's a cable. Cable go there. So I'll be using this. Won't just be an ornament. Very nice. Probably, I would say, the nicest replica wheel. But welcome, Kim Hoskins from South Africa. Looks quite windy out there as well. About 36 minutes to go. Looking quite windy. Apparently Lando's been looking very, very strong in free practice. So we'll see whether the McLarens are going to be up there. There's lots of upgrades coming through from all the teams. You know what? You know the... Welcome, Space Mate. You know the... In fact, I want you to let me know the craziest thing you see on this leaderboard. There's something here that's crazy for me. Crazy on this leaderboard. That I actually don't believe it. Alfonso Q3. A big upgrade. Let me know what you think the craziest thing on this leaderboard is on left-hand side. I genuinely think something is wrong there. Ferrari want to go mad and go to court, but they removed the Ferrari wheel off now. Is that the other replica one? I guess if it doesn't have the logo. You could buy a Ferrari sticker. Buy the Ferrari sticker for 10p and slap it on. Yeah, have a look at that leaderboard and let me know what you think. There's something... What's the weirdest thing you think about that leaderboard? Hadjon 60 points. Tokyo E-Prix is finished. Dan Tickton's won in Tokyo. Which is interesting given the last few weeks he's had. No seat confirmed next season for Mr. Tickton. But how on earth that team would turn down someone who's won 2 races with them, I don't know. I've seen a lot of reels and videos of people using non-official with just selling sticker. Does seem to be a little bit of a loophole, dare I say. Dare I say. What's interesting is that McLaren have a big digital billboard behind their garage. It flicks through all the sponsors, like T-Mobile, Air Wallet, Rubrik, Freshworks, Smartsheet. I never see any Logitech. It's kind of weird. CNBC, Reese. I know for a fact Ferrari won't step down to find out, the Ferrari's still putting pressure on. Thoughts on the LMU Joker controversy? I thought about making a video on it, but I thought they're probably going to resolve it, and they did. I think, I've said for years, that LMU is not this darling of, like, anti-subscription sim racing. Like, LMU want to push Race Control Pro Plus. I just find the name Race Control Pro Plus so funny. Like, it's not it's not Race Control. It's not Race Control Pro. It's Race Control Pro Plus. Like, the amount of monetization there is, I find insane. And so when I saw that they were locking even, and there's more stuff they lock behind Race Control Pro Plus, like to some extent, like practice servers, and then the fact that you need to buy the content as well. Actually, you don't. Okay, so either you subscribe and Race Control Pro Plus, but you need to buy a ton of content. It gets very messy. It makes iRacing look really simple by comparison. And the iRacing subscription price went up, and I didn't see anyone like up in arms about it. And I think the reason for that is people who do iRacing get good value from it. Welcome, Size X. You have Lawson and Lindblad. No, the weirdest thing on this leaderboard for me that I don't believe even is right is that Nico Hülkenberg has 0 points. When Bortoletto's got 10 points. Like, how is no one talking about how Bortoletto's destroying Hülkenberg? Bortoletto's got 10 points in a car that's scrapping at the back of the, points, essentially. And Hülkenberg's got 0. Hülkenberg's outscored by Alfonso. It's crazy. But yeah, the Joker thing, like... The thing is, I read the press release, I covered it in the Sim Racing Show. Their press release says, we get 5,000 reports of incidents a month, or whatever it is. We get 5,000. And it takes us 5 minutes to go through them. And I'm thinking, they ain't the biggest team. Like, a lot of that isn't being done, frankly. The math doesn't add up. But what they've done is, by implementing a Joker system, I suspect they're trying to solve their workload. Because maybe less people will report it than... They'll just apply a Joker. But it doesn't make sense, because what they really should do is people should report it, And they actually made the reporting easier, or making it easier, because you can now do it in replay. And if you've been taken out and that person has been penalised after review, then you shouldn't get negative thing. But even so, that like according to their logic, it doesn't work, because I think according to their logic, it should be like encourage people to report. If reports are upheld, then you can apply Joker. However, I don't even think that's right. Like, this is probably why I didn't make a video, because it's really difficult to actually get my point of view across. My point of view is like iRacing. Having read the iRacing rulebook, if there's an incident, it doesn't try and apportion blame. Like, what happens. Like, you get your instant points in the race, and that's it. And yes, if you want to report people, you can do it, and iRacing take it very seriously, and that may result in a temporary ban on that person, but that ain't going to affect your race. And that's like motorsport. When Dan Ticktum took out, was it Rob Collard in like that Formula BMW? When he took him out, Rob Collard didn't have that result wiped. Like, that's just racing. So, and this goes back to why I think iRacing is good value, because iRacing is just like real racing, and they don't have jokers and stuff like that. And I think Le Mans Ultimate is inherently a little bit more gamified. So but yeah, it's a hot topic. We'll probably cover it in the sim racing show next week. We come out on Monday. We may lead with it. The main thing is that I don't think there should be jokers at all. The fact is that their servers are just generally seen as more unstable than iRacing. And so I bet there will have been people in the company when they were discussing introducing this, and some people like, let's not do it. It also is all pay to win stuff, or pay to not lose. 700, is it 700 a day? Is that what they said? 700 a day. It takes them 5 minutes to go through each one. So it's about 10 an hour. So someone doing an 8-hour day is about 80 in a day. So you'd need a team of 10 just reviewing. It's quite expensive. Welcome, Gage. Good to see you. What do you think of Aston Martin? I'll tell you, we're going to find out. I'm not prejudging it. We'll see now. In qualifying, which is going to be in 27 minutes. We'll see what the state's going to be. Antona, as an Aston Martin fan, I'm nervous. Let's see, I mean, Lance Stroll's already binned it, but apparently it was an issue with the car. Correlation and troubleshooting is a thing. Is that on Aston Martin or on LMU? It could be an exciting qualifying. Let's see if Lando's going to be up there. I mean, Hamilton's, I think, got 9 pole positions here in his career, so he likes the circuit. Yeah, both. Aston Martin and LMU very closely correlated. Ryan saying Lewis front row. Well, he does like the circuit. He does like qualifying here. Welcome, Yana Siligo as well. Good to see you. I'll be getting all the standings up as well, the usual stuff, in about 10 minutes' time. Yeah, let's see. It feels like we're gonna have a summer break. We have summer break, then we go to Zandvoort, right? Is summer break after this? Anyway, we go to Zandvoort, and then we go to Madrid. We go to Madrid around that time. But then I think we start to do like the world tour, which I like. Feels like the world tour. When you go in places like Sao Paulo, when you go in places like Circuit of the Americas, Vegas. By the way, is Abu Dhabi confirmed? Like, what happens if we have to postpone Abu Dhabi? Is that even being discussed? Like, given with what's going on now, should we start thinking about a Sao Paulo finish? That would be sick. It'd be a Vegas finish though, wouldn't it? Tell you, America would love that. What about Max? Anyone thinking Max? Joker, I'm there. It's all good at the moment. Everyone's still freaking out. What's your hunch though? Do you reckon they could do like a Qatar next week? Could they do if Qatar was in 2 weeks? Would that be okay? It's just something I've never thought about. It's like, oh, well, hang on. If they cancel these other ones, what does that mean about Abu Dhabi? I did have to take a crazy route back from flying from China. Like it was like Indiana Jones cutting through all these territories. Joker, right now it's good looking. Oh, so maybe they're regretting not slotting them in now. Maybe there's some people in F1 wish they'd been a bit braver. Just pinged one in. What about George Russell today? Can George Russell get it done? Joker, the thing is, this so happens so randomly, it's hard to tell. What if Formula 1 could negotiate some kind of like, you know, exemption from everything? I guess a big thing is shipping. It must have messed up so much shipping. Like the carefully planned freight is going to go here, then here, then here, then here. Okay, 23 minutes to go till the start of qualifying. My first one for a while. What's the last one I did? Also, should be doing the motorcycles again next weekend at Mid-Ohio. If anyone joined us last time, where were we last time? What have I done? Did Laguna Seca? No, I did. Yeah, I did the Ridge. Oh, the Ridge is such a good circuit. And then we did Laguna Seca. We're going to do Mid-Ohio. And that's with the footage. Quite cool. Joker, I have a 2.5 hours endurance race today and I have a 1 hour solo race yesterday. Is that what, at the real circuit, at the kart circuit? Antonio, think about oil and gas. It takes so long to spin up. The lost production from all the stuff is so far. It's going to be rippling around for ages. Well, let's see what happens with that. I think sim racing products generally are quite well insulated, it seems. Which I find a bit crazy, as shipping costs must have gone up quite a bit. But it's all the PC things. I've had, obviously I like making PCs, and when brands say, do you want to make a PC? I'm like, yes. But when brands say, do you want to make a PC? Weirdly, it's normally you have to buy all the bits yourself. It's not as good a deal as it might seem. But normally that's okay, because they'll provide something like a case or whatever. But now, if a brand wants to partner on like showing their case, but I've got to build a whole PC, the components are like crazy. I'm like, actually, it doesn't actually make any sense for me. So I probably would have done quite a lot more PC building if it wasn't for the prices. They've hosted a Formula Car event for the influencers. Well, okay, what's it called? What did I go to? What's the one in France called? What's that racing thing I went to at Le Mans? What's that? I went to an event in France where it's like YouTubers racing. It's called something. I can't believe I've forgotten the name. So I can't tell you, is it like that? Because I've forgotten the name. Antoinette wants to go to Sepang. Yeah, that would be good. Sepang's brutal though. Especially if the weather's bad. I'd like to go to the water park next to the track. What? Is there one at Hungary? I have been to the Hungaroring. Do I remember there being a water park? Can anyone comment on RAM cost? Yeah, RAM cost still high. And I went to China and I wanted to buy RAM and stuff. And it was... I can tell you for free, components in China are basically the same cost as the UK. Which is insane. I thought I'll go to China and I'll buy some bits for a PC and then I'll make a PC and it'll be like, I made a cheap PC from... I went to China and built a cheap PC. But you can't. It's just... It's basically like 10%. Some of it's like 10% cheaper. That's it. It's not like 50%. Which is weird because some stuff like, you know, Coke and water and stuff is like 50% cheaper. Actually, sometimes way more than that. But electronics, no. Basically, I think the actual thing is you're better off exporting some of these electronics into China, as far as I can tell. So yeah, RAM costs are still high. How long till qualifying starts? 20 minutes. 20 minutes till we get underway for qualifying. Q3, Q2, Q1. It's been a while. I don't mind. You know what? I don't mind taking breaks from races, because if it's just non-stop, I like it when I'm looking forward to it. Maybe I need to have a candor. Maybe I need to work it like Martin Brundle. But we're back for this one. Let's see how the Aston Martins are going to do. That'll be a bit of a story in Q3. Q2 is always exciting. And then Q1 will be Aston's. Q2 is always exciting. And then Q3 we'll see who's going to be on pole. So we've got a story to follow in Q1 basically. I think clean lap is crucial. I think there's going to be lots of traffic. Lots of traffic queuing on the last corner. Could be 22 cars on circuit for that session. The track ain't really big enough. You try and spread 22 dots out there. So we'll see what happens on that front as well. Yeah, lots of content to come out of China. Lots of stuff. It was cool to see some cool tech as well, like a lot of the glasses. I've got some more glasses, like heads-up display in them. Because in the future I can do this stream and I can have the if I could do it, why do I not do that? What? Hang on, why do I not do that now? Why do I not connect my glasses? Why do I not literally do it right now? Maybe we do that for the race. Why would I not just have my glasses with a screen in them? And I could just look at you. Or I could pin it there. I literally don't know why I've never thought about doing that. I think that's so obviously what I should do. Given I'm wearing glass anyway. Martin, I like this when Kireth is early on YouTube for the real whoop-ass quality starts. Yeah, we go... When I can, I like to go live a little bit early. Just hang out and chill. I think I will do that. I need to get some... The annoying thing about the glasses in China, they have these glasses that have screens in them. But most of them, not all of them, but most of them have a cable that comes out of them, connects to your phone or whatever. And the cable really always catches and everything really drags. So I need to get like a really light cable. Yeah, first video came out yesterday. I flew to China and found some secret VR. It looks like people really liked it. were big fans, so that bodes well. "15 minutes to go till the start." Should give my predictions. I just think Kimi's going to get it. I think Kimi's going to have the season wrapped up before the last race. It's my hunch. I think the only person really who could stop him actually is George Russell. And George Russell just doesn't really look comfortable in that setup, which is such a big change to start the season when I was saying George got to stamp his authority in this team. George got to be #1 driver. George has got to get this World Championship in the bag. It didn't happen. Well, it started like that. You know, if you remember in Melbourne, Kimi was Kimi's car. Kimi only just got out in time to set a lap in Q1, and then they sent him out with the cooler in the car, which I was certain would be a penalty, but they didn't give it as a penalty, weirdly. I was sure it would be an unsafe release, because it came out and then Lando's ran over it, and then Lando's wing was busted. So Kimi got some luck at the beginning. So Isaac saying car 44 for pole, Lewis Hamilton for pole, that's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. Good circuit though, Hungary. I have been there. Driven it plenty of times in the sim. Turned into Le Mans for the Gran Turismo movie, if anyone saw that. That doesn't look like Le Mans, that looks like Hungaroring. Because it was. I can't remember if it was Silverstone as well, if they used something different for Silverstone. Right, let me try and get our usual stuff, just bear with me. Oh. Anyone hear that? Or was that just me? I get all these crazy sounds. What have I done there? Have I moved that? I moved it. For some unknown reason. I like the setup we had for one of the races I did when I was away. Something I've clearly messed something up here. Let me try and work this out. So what's going on there? Is it because I rotated it last time? It's probably because I rotated it, isn't it? There we go. It's not the best use of space, but we're kind of there. Rotate the track. Is there a better rotation you can have than that? It's just a very square track, isn't it, in a way? Right, 10 minutes to go. Let me know if you're happy with the layout. BCR Esports is happy. Okay. Yeah, put in the chat who you think is going to get pole position here as the cars are being fired up. Let me know who you're thinking. I'm going to go with Kimi. Kimi for me. Antona's going Hamilton, maybe. What about the Aston upgrades? Blacker liked it. We've got the seal of approval there. Very good. Some work going on Hajar's car. Relatively last minute. How the Ferrari's looking. Sizex says car fruitful for pole. Let's go. Okay, so that's a certainly Lewis Hamilton. His car is looking ready. It's not high up on the jacks. They're just measuring a few things. Or maybe they're doing some decal covering or something. Very last minute. Bit chaotic, actually. I think about it. Black is going Hamilton, Antonelli, Leclerc. What's happening to George then? And Aston Martin, thanks to these upgrades, we're going to have the best damn track you've ever seen. Let's see. BTR Q1 can measure track limits. Yeah, track limits here can be interesting. We know that Kimi likes to really use all track limits and all of his warnings. Charles Leclerc has his race overalls on. So, oh, interesting step on the, not the shark fin, but on the middle of the Ferrari car. I don't think that's new, I haven't seen it before. It's like a ridged fin. There, kind of like steps down. Lando's got race suit on. Headphones on for Lando. There is something cool about how there's so many people involved in getting the car to where it is now, and then it's just the driver goes in. It's like the point of the army. Spear, tip of the spear. When does the session start? We'll start in 7 minutes. 7 minutes time. We're going to start qualifying at the Hungaroring. We'll see. We'll start with Q1 and see how the Aston Martins can do. Any upgrades for Williams as well? Black has got the times in there. Wow, Sky are really promoting their cricket. I think that's FP3 order we have on the screen right now. BCR saying Alfonso maybe Q2. I can't quite see that. But let's see if there's any promise. He can. I'm not sure Lance will be on the fully new car now as well. because he binned it. We'll see if there's any difference between Lance and Fernando. Any other tips? Let me know in the chat. What about some of the RBs? Lawson, Lindblad, Verstappen with a surprise. What about George Russell? What if George Russell gets pole? Feels like we just generally don't know, which is a good thing. It's good to not know or not to have a certain idea. Okay, 5 minutes to go. Ah, Joe Cars, another gifted. Thank you so much, Joe Cars. It's gone to Ragin. Please do clap that, everyone. Another gifted membership. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Sharing the love there. Let us know if you're in the chat as well, Ragin. I'm giving it 10s out of 10. 10s out of 10 are coming out for that gifted from Joe Cars. Just before the start of qualifying. Yellow flags could ruin laps. Norris might surprise. I think we will see some radio calls on blocking and stuff like that. I'm basically certain. Yeah, thank you very much for the gifted. Much appreciated. Okay, the title cards are playing. Wonder if anyone's going to be queued at the front of the pit lane, wanting to get a lap in early. We've seen in recent sessions people like Lando, Lewis have problems leaving themselves only one lap to get it done. But these are the best drivers in the world. So, because I hate how YouTube doesn't give the gifting priority to people watching live. I always assumed it did. Maybe Ragin's keyboard is disconnected. He's desperately trying to plug in a keyboard. Always would have assumed that it would prioritise people who've been in the stream longest. There is a leaderboard. There is a top fans, which YouTube just add features and don't do anything with them. I can see there's a top fan leaderboard as well. Lacquer at the top, number 1. Some have been going quick on second lap. Whoa. What, you mean doing 2 flying laps? They wouldn't do 2 flying laps in a row. I kind of miss the days when it felt like F1 drivers could do 2 flying laps in a row. No, it doesn't. I asked YouTube once and they said it doesn't. It literally says that in their gifting guide. Well, I'll give them some feedback next time I speak with them. Because they always invite me to test out new features. And they explicitly asked me for their feedback. Welcome, Wanada Calais. We've got Columbia in the house. Columbia is in the building. 2 minutes to go till the start of qualifying here at the Hungaroring. Oh, Joe Cush with another gifted. It's gone to RSSD8WO. You testing the theory there, Joe Cards. I'm going to give it another 10 out of 10. Thank you very much. Please do clap it up. RS, are you in the building? Is RS in the building? RS8 SD8WO. The thing is, it doesn't show me the what's it called, like the actual name. It's just like this at. So I don't know whether I'd recognize them. Go to channel. Let us know if you're in the building, RS9. Maybe it's also another keyboard disconnect there. definitely seen it in the past though, where it does seem to prioritize people in the stream. Maybe it's just I don't know. I don't know how it chooses then. How does it choose? How do you get chosen? What can you do to make sure that you're going to get chosen? Okay, 1 minute to go, everyone. 1 minute to go. Hamilton and Charles Leclerc are revving the cars. Hamilton hasn't got his gloves on yet. Someone said, Lewis, can I cut your hair 0.1 seconds a lap? Randomly 100. It's always random. Welcome, Flint DB. I hope you're ready for qualifying. It looks like the Williams and the Cadillacs are going to be first out of the pits, as you can see. It's random no matter what. Well, today I learned. Definitely speak with YouTube about it next time though. I'm with them.
Keep your head down.
Okay, and we can see cars on circuit. Now, I wonder if I'm going to have to rotate this. Because the names are, what do we think? Do I need to rotate? Is that better like that? At least the names make sense now. But we have cars on circuit. Cars on circuit confirmed. Dream saying Hamilton pole incoming. We've had a few people say that. Also, I've seen other content creators having you pick what tier you want to gift. Okay. I know that they repriced everything. They weren't happy with my 99-cent tier. So I had to manually confirm that I wanted to keep it. Blacker, 2 years ago I was very active in chat and got each gifted, but then it stopped working like that. The mysteries of YouTube. Honestly, these platforms, I really, like I was saying before about brands, don't really understand their products. I really don't think YouTube understand a lot about live streaming. Like even now I've got a big pop-up saying, you should run ads. And then before I started the stream, I even got a questionnaire saying, we notice you don't run ads in your stream. But to me, it doesn't make sense to run ads in a stream with we have a few hundred people watching, when I could run ads on a video that 10,000 people watch. Anyway, everyone says, "Come on, Lando," or "Come on, Lando." Okay, so Valtteri Bottas is going to be setting our first lap of the session. Lando? So let's see what Bottas is going to do. Is Bottas going to be ahead of the Aston Martins? Let's see. Waiting for track to clean up. I think it's still dirty after F2. Bottas enters the last complex now. It's better to drive that last bit than it looks on paper. It looks really like they just needed to add another corner in there. Because of the elevation change, it's quite nice. Okay, so Bottas goes over the line with a 133.5. Carlos Sainz 123.5, so obviously Bottas was just chilling basically. Alex Albon, whoa, 121.5. Are you getting those sounds, or is it just me? I don't know what they are, but I don't know. Maybe it's a notification I'm getting because Sainz's track lap was deleted. And add in the beginning stream where it will hurt but not midstream. I just think adding in middle of streams like not necessary, but from YouTube perspective they pay so much for the hosting of this. Probably they hate it when creators like me don't spam ads, but anyway. If I was going to spam an ad, I'd reach out to a brand and do it naturally. I would hope. But Alfonso, 120.6. So 2/10 faster than Lance Stroll. 120.6 faster than the Williams as well. But are these just effectively kind of like warm-up laps? We'll see. The Ferraris are out on circuit as well. So Hamilton is starting a lap. So we'll get a good comparison between Alfonso and Hamilton here. Purple sector 1 for Hamilton. A little bit quicker than Charles Leclerc. It's amazing how good these drivers are. The difference between them gets very small. Bottas 1/10 slower than... Sorry, Perez 1/10 slower than Bottas. So Albon, Stroll and Alfonso will come into the pits. And we'll see Hamilton finish his lap. So 120.6 for Alfonso, but Hamilton goes 118.7. So 2 seconds off for the Aston is not bad. As weird as it sounds, as crazy as it sounds, it shouldn't be like that. It's not bad for the Aston. And Charles Leclerc just behind him as well. As the McLarens are coming out, Piastri's already out, Lando leaving now. And the Mercedes as well. Kimi Antonelli's going to be starting his first flying lap of qualifying. And George Russell as well. Now, Charles Leclerc's time has been deleted, so that time will be deleted for track limits. So definitely something to keep an eye on. There's going to be track limits here. There we go, Charles Leclerc's time deleted. So Oscar Piastri is going to start his flying lap. Meanwhile, Hadjar's on a flying lap right now. I believe. Maybe wrong. So Piastri to start a flying lap. And at the moment, I know it's not representative, but Alfonso and Stroll are ahead of Albon, Bottas and Perez. So let's see how that shakes up. It was turn 3 for Leclerc, is where he went wide. If you're wondering. Track temp 48 degrees, quite toasty. Not the hottest we've seen all season, but it's warm. Right, Lando is starting his lap. I'm not sure what Kimi's doing. I don't know if Kimi just did like an installation. Verstappen though finishes his lap 118.6. So goes faster, it's just a little bit quicker than Lewis Hamilton. Hadjar goes third. Just a tiny bit slower than Lewis Hamilton. Now George Russell, they're doing some installation lap thing. Is Antonelli on a fly? Antonelli's now on a fly, yeah. Purple first sector for Kimi. Stroll and Alfonso are leaving the pits again. So let's see what Piastri's going to do. Gasly's on a flying lap as well. So Gasly goes P4 120.5, which is not that much quicker than Alfonso. So maybe the Aston Martin is looking a bit quicker. Not a good lap from Piastri. Not sure what's going on there. But keep an eye out for Kimi's time. Kimi is going to absolutely destroy this. Yeah, they're on softs, apart from Hamilton and Leclerc on mediums. So there goes Kimi, but Kimi's not faster than Max Verstappen. That's crazy. Must have been a very slow last sector. He's not faster. It's a bit unusual. Let me just try and sort something out here. Yeah, so it's a good lap from Verstappen. Very good lap. Cadillac and Aston Martin are your picks around the first round. Well, keep an eye on Aston Martin here. Keep an eye, because Behrman goes slower than Alonso. So maybe the Aston Martin revival has actually started officially. Maybe we can call it. Now, Oscar goes P5, 118.8. Now, Lando's on a very quick lap here. Let's see what Lando can do. Lindblad goes up there. Keep an eye on that bottom 6 and where Alfonso is. Lawson P7. And Lando is going to go in the top. So that's going to push Behrman down. So will Lando go fastest? Yes, he does. Lando goes fast, 18.2. So what that means is that at the moment, with everyone basically having done a sort of lap, Fernando Alonso in the Aston Martin is not in the drop zone. Bortoletto, lap time deleted. Gasly will have a lap time deleted as well. So someone called it in the chat, lots of lap times being deleted here. King George only 5th, we're 7th now in the Mercedes. And there goes Alfonso, even faster. 20.2. Hang on a second, that hasn't got the Honda package in yet. Alfonso is up into P12. Looking good to not get destroyed in qualifying here. Yeah. P12 for Alfonso. You're reading that right, everyone. P12. And only 2 seconds off Lando. So he's driving the wheels of that thing. A big pressure now on Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll, to be fair, is also not in the drop zone right now. Now let's see what the Cadillacs are going to do. Surely they're not going to go faster. No. Bottas doesn't improve position. And Perez doesn't improve position. Yeah, we could see both Aston Martins sensationally get through here. Who in chat said Alfonso Q2? Unironically, was it Spaceman? Six minutes to go. Hulkenberg's up there as well. Now remember, Bortoletto will. Was it BCR Esports? Bortoletto still will set a lap. Trito is Alfonso. Yep. He is in P12 at the moment. Now, what do the Ferraris do on the mediums? Do they stay on the mediums? They save an extra one? Working report if I would have taken you for being my city of Chongqing. I was in Shanghai. But I had lots of Chinese beers. Some were better than others. But next time, I think, is that where they do the crazy photos, like it's a futuristic city? Black is happy for Alfonso. Now, what up to Bortoletto? Oh, they're running wide on the curb, but they're not. Yeah, oh, it's a very thin strip of red and white before it goes green on the curb. 8D Cyberpunk. Keep an eye on my stories on Instagram. Lot of stuff coming out there. Yeah, I've had all the duck tongue. Had the hot pot. What did I really? What I really liked was some dessert. Some like rice rolls, something amazing. Also Chinese barbecue on the skewers. Had everything. Trying all the food. Right, 4.5 minutes to go. Interestingly, it's the leaders who are out. Verstappen, Antonelli, and Russell. You know what? I didn't have any dumplings. I didn't have any dumplings, weirdly. No dumplings. Lots of barbecue, but no dumplings. We went to a few chains. Like, I think it's like maybe like the equivalent of McDonald's, but it's like it's barbecued. Like, you get loads of skewers. Where I used to get like the it's not like chili powder, but it's like some spice powder you put in a little tray, and dip it in there and everything. we were like, because first meal we had was duck tongue and broth and all this stuff. We were like, we may as well just eat this all the time. Although I did have a Pizza Hut once. Okay, Verstappen about to start a flying lap. 3.5 minutes to go. I'm interested that Verstappen wants to go again, just full stop. To me, that's a little bit unusual, but it's what he's doing. So same with Kimi, same with George. Now that the Williams here, it's a real story if the Williams don't get into, well, if they're behind the Aston Martins now. Well, crazy to find Fernando for interview someday. I have met Fernando. There are photos of me and Fernando, but I'm obviously on first name terms. Right, Lando's staying in the pits. Hamilton's staying in the pits. Leclerc is out on scrubbed mediums. Scrubbing up those mediums. Let's see what happens with Verstappen when he goes over. But it's the Williams for me I'm quite interested to see. Sainz has improved a little bit. But yeah, their times don't look like they're going to be big and good enough. Russell Green, Sector 1. Let's keep an eye on George then. He's improving. What about Kimi? I just don't know what Kimi's trying to do on this lap. Okay, he's gone slightly faster. Stroll's going to start a lap. That could be very important because he's one off the drop zone. Bottas is going to start. Russell finishes, but can only go P6. Can only go P6 there. Alfonso's going to start, but the Williams are going to finish their laps here. Let's see. Carlos Sainz, knocks out Stroll for the moment provisionally. So Stroll will need to fight back. And what about Alex Albon? Also goes ahead of Stroll. Just 1,000th of a second ahead of Lance Stroll. Literally does not get any closer than that. Let's see what Lance Stroll is going to do. Keep an eye on his sector times. He's 4/10 down in Sector 1. So it's not looking good for old Strolly boy. Right, Bortoletti's up to P9. Keep an eye on Alfonso as well. But I think Alfonso, even if Ocon's gone up, I think Behrman may go up. He does. So Alfonso's 2 off the drop zone. So it's all about the Alpines now. Where are the Alpines? Gasly's just starting and Colapinto's just about to start. So it's rumoured that Fernando Alonso is going to go to Alpine, and it could be Alpine that knock him out here. Hulk goes both P60. Audi's looking pretty good then. So keep an eye on, firstly, is Alfonso going to improve? It looks like it. It looks like it. It's a decent Sector 2 from what I can see. Track is improving, Joseph says. Let's see what Alfonso does. Is it an improvement? It is. Wow, he's ahead of Behrman, so he's got some breathing room ahead of Behrman there. Behrman's done, by the way. Behrman's not doing another lap. So the Alpines now may knock out Behrman. I'm pretty sure that's... Lance Stroll aborted, by the way. So Lance Stroll aborted. Maybe that Sector 1 was just too bad. Sector 2, ironically, was not terrible. Sector 2 was good. Right, so the Williams come in. Let's see what the Alpines are going to do. Gasly at the moment is in the drop zone.
Okay, crack on.
But Alfonso's safe here. Alfonso's safe. Gasly goes up. And Colapinto is going to be Colapinto versus Behrman. Let's see what happens. Colapinto knocks out Behrman, and Alfonso is through. Alfonso is through, everyone. Who would have thought that? Who called it in chat? Who said it was Alfonso into Q2? Welcome, Sophie Plows. Is that like a YouTube channel? Like a farming one? Go Lando. Aston Martin Q2. Welcome, Frogo, as well. BCR Esports called it. So, Aston Martin, Fernando Alonso is into Q2. They're not into P2, into Q2. Is this the start of the redemption arc? And I tell you what, he had to knock out Behrman. If he hadn't knocked out Behrman, he'd be out himself. So it's interesting that, although I thought it was surprising that Behrman's destroying Ocon this season generally, in this qualifying session, it's Ocon who's got through, and Behrman hasn't. Was that a lap time deleted for Antonelli just now? It's a late deletion. It's a late deletion. 2 lap times deleted. Antonelli's like relatively lucky there, everyone. Because he's had 2 lap times deleted. He's probably only done 3 laps. So when you say vastly that Kimi will take pole no matter what, well, I think Kimi's quite lucky there. Rob Cray says GG Fernando Alphonse. Valaka spam not welcome. Yes indeed, they've got the best mods in the game here. That'll be encouraging for the Aston Martin fans. I might have to wear my Aston Martin shirt tomorrow. Aston Martin, is it too late for constructors? Both Williams out. Not a good look for Williams at all. Carlos, it was a good lap considering the conditions. That's all our car had in it. We'll see what we can do overnight. So where is Carlos Sainz going to move to, basically? He can't be that happy in the Williams. And Behrman was saying, how am I out? But out he is. Captain Howdy saying Hamilton will take pole. Well, let's see what happens now in Q2. I have to say in Q2, it looks like I wouldn't expect to see Alpines through. I wouldn't expect to see Ocon through. Apologies, Fernando, but I wouldn't expect to see Alfonso through. So to me, it's going to be between the Audis and the RBs. But let's see. Joseph, it's going to be a tough one for Kimi. We saw him exceeding track limits, even practice sessions, and now 2. He does exceed them a lot. Russell's under investigation twice, it seems. Maybe that same one, actually. P4 and mediums is crazy. We'll have an extra set of softs somewhere as well then, won't he? So Hamilton is looking strong, I would say. So that is Q1 done. Q2 is going to be underway very soon. Trusso, Valieva, so Lando's pole. No, Lando doesn't have pole yet. So we've just done the first part. There's 3 parts to qualifying. We've just done the first part, which is called Q1, which are 18 minutes. All the cars go out, and at the end of Q1, we see who are the bottom 6, and then we knock them out of qualifying, so they're done. So Behrman, Sainz, Albon, Stroll, Bottas, Perez, they're done with qualifying. Now we're going into the second part of qualifying, which is called Q2. Will be another 18 minutes or 15 minutes, and we'll work out who's going to be in the top 10, and then we'll take the top 10 through to the final shootout. That's how it's going to work today. Although over the years, obviously it does, well, obviously it does change. So what we're doing now is we're just waiting for the start of Q2, and we're going to see who's going to be in the top 10, but kind of the inverse of that, who's not going to make it through, which is why I'm saying I think it's between the Audis and the RBs for those last slots. Wow, it's hot in England. Oh, it's hot in China. 43 degrees in China. And very humid. Very humid. But there is air conditioning everywhere. Ow. Ah. Now I'm just injuring myself. How have I never done that before? Who do you think will get pole? I think it's going to be Kimi to get pole. But could it controversially come down to a track limit? Fowie, if Lando takes first position, he could win the Grand Prix. Will Buxton, is that you? It's a good point. If you take pole position, you could win the Grand Prix. But I think Kimi is almost certainly going to be favourite, unless there's a big issue in qualifying. Favourite for the Grand Prix, that is. The Grand Prix. Right, there we go. Now we're ready for Q2. 15 minutes is going to be, and you can see the drop zone is already being prepared. Like a Mr. Beast video. Formula 1 qualifying is basically a Mr. Beast video. Fires just come on, Lando. Let me know in chat who you're supporting here in Q2. Reckon we'll be underway very soon, maybe even the next minute. Is anyone going to be queuing pit lane? Anthony says Alfonso. Captain Howdy says it's hammer time. So, Q2 is underway, everyone, but no one's in a rush to leave. So does that mean we're going to see 2 runs? No one wants to do 3. No, is that Alfonso? Alfonso's leading the pits. Abstract says Hamilton was on medium, still top 4. Yeah, let's keep an eye on that. But it'll be doing softs here, I think. Almost certainly. So Alfonso leaves the pits first. Getting some nice airtime for the Aston Martin sponsors, of which there are many.
Full concentration, anything can happen still.
Anyone following Alfonso out? No, not so far. Might mean he gets the lap all to himself. Yes, a rare... Is this... Whoa, must be his first time into Q2. Surely it's his first time into Q2 this season. Is that right? Justin, it's Alfonso, dude. Yes, it is. Out on circuit. Going around the last few corners. Is he going to get a clean lap? Is anyone going to leave the pits? Oh, is that movement in the pits? George Russell, Verstappen. Yeah, there is movement, but I think they're not going to get out.
Keep trying.
By the time Alfonso gets to pit 2, he's going to have a completely clear lap here. Which is very rare in Formula 1 to see this. Does that mean he's on? Is he actually on a 3-run strategy? Getting as much track time as possible. Farry, Verstappen will pass Oscar on standings, by the way. Oscar is 92, Verstappen's 91. I wouldn't count on it. I wouldn't count on it. The McLaren's looking fast. But let's see what Piastri does. Old OP. Welcome, Football Jay. Welcome to the community. Hope you're well. If you're watching, by the way, if you haven't hit the like button, do smash the like button. On 82 likes, we can get to 100. 83 now. Okay. Oh, welcome, JJ. Good to see you on the 60. Reminding me again. Let me put... Where's my mouse? Huh? Where's my... Oh, there it is. Welcome, JJ. Yeah, reminding me on the badges there. Because that isn't 60, that is 5 years. Happy 5 years, yeah. Chat, if you're wondering what JJ's badge is there, well, the badge says 24, but you can see he's a member for 60. And look at this, Nicholas Gins joining for the first day. So we've got a first day member and a 5-year member in the same chat. Chat, please put your claps out there to recognise the support, both old and new. And I need to update the badges. I need to get in there I think I did a good job with the badges 5 years ago, but clearly I didn't anticipate that it would be possible that someone will be a member for more than 24 months. Now JJ's gone to 5. I need to do the 40 and the 60 badge. I need to check whether YouTube has the capability to do that. I'm sure it does. But JJ's probably one of the longest serving members on YouTube, full stop. Full stop. No, you can't stop the streak. Because you are probably, at some point YouTube may recognise you in some way. Look at all the claps coming in. Yeah, good to see you. We're back on the live stream. I'm back in the UK. And Verstappen is back on top. So Alfonso 120.6. I don't think it's going to cut it. Welcome Jerome Jenkins. Needed this for the drive to work. Thank you so much. No worries. We're in Q2 at the moment. And Verstappen is leading. There is a yellow flag out though. Hadjar, what have you done? What have you done, Hadjar? Oh, there's lots of people on laps here. This is great news for Fernando Alonso. Now, we've got to be careful. Hadjar's going again. Maybe it's a spin for Hadjar. I might be able to see exactly what happens, to be honest. I may be able to see, potentially, what's happened with Isaac Hadjar. If the camera stays, I think it will. Turned into the right-hander, went over the curb on the gravel and spun. And then was on the grass on the far side. Big old flat spot. Grass on the tyres. And he just waited for a gap in the traffic. And got going again. So, no damage, but there were some people going through, had their laps ruined. Like, I think it was Hulkenberg. Oh, JJ in Croatia, waiting for your flight home. How's the weather been in Croatia? Yeah, well, obviously Hadjar's lap has been ruined as well, to state the obvious. But it's green flag now. And Antonelli is going to complete his lap. He shouldn't have been interrupted. In fact, he definitely hasn't. He's gone fastest. So Antonelli goes fastest, 18.1. Russell's going to complete a lap as well. The beer has been cooler, plus right next to the sea. The beer tastes better when you're next to the sea. My experience. Russell goes P4. P4 for Russell. And the Ferraris are going to set their laps as well, actually. And on the soft tyre this time. It's the first lap on the soft for Hamilton in qualifying this year in Hungary. And goes fastest. 17.9. So for anyone who's been saying it's hammer time, it looks like it could be. It looks like it could be. But what about Charles Leclerc? Leclerc is aborted. Oh, Leclerc was a different strategy or something. Maybe Hamilton had to abort and went again. Not sure. But Hamilton is fastest. Ripping lap on the softs. Did a bit of a correction. Oh, quite a few corrections on the last corner. So it must have been an instinctive lap. So Hadjar hasn't set a lap yet for obvious reasons. I think Bortoletto was the Audi maybe who was interrupted. Alfonso has set a lap, but Alfonso is 4/10 off the cut zone as it stands. JJ, hearing rumours Alfonso will retire this season and replaced by Kireth. Heard it first. I mean, we'll have to share those rumours around and just see if it's the same as other people are hearing. If that is the word on the street, I mean, it's one of those rumours that you don't think about, but when you hear it, it makes complete sense. It's almost like, why hasn't it happened already? One of those. Norris is quicker than that. Hamilton did 17.8 in practice. Okay. So let's see what happens on track evolution. Truso Valieva says, do you think, I try to, or do you think Hamilton will beat Hamilton time? Do you think Antonelli will beat Hamilton time? I think so, actually. I think Kimi's going to get pole. Leclerc, yellow flag infringement noted. And Russell's lap time this time has been deleted because it was a double yellow. So that was more of a yellow flag incident than when Verstappen was in the wall at Austria. Yeah, I'm ready to step in. I'm ready to step in. If they need me, I can be there. Mercedes mechanics are rubbing the tyres. I'm sure I've seen that before. So 5.5 minutes to go. It's time for second run. So Alfonso goes out first again, and Hadjar. GR Media, Cody K, hello Kireth, long time to say. Is Tim buzzing Gunter? Are you still doing the leagues on? That's the big question. Did Gran Turismo 7 or did Hamilton just clap? Are they clapping Hamilton on the way in? The mechanics. Yeah, Leclerc ignoring yellow flags. Let's see what that means. Did do the P7. Just wonder if Hamilton was on aborted earlier and went again, and then actually went fastest. So Alfonso and Hadjar are out at the moment. Whether they're going to try and do this, come in and go out again, I'm not sure. I don't think they're going to have time. How long? No, they're not going to have time. No. Unless they're fueled up, they can do a some cooldown laps in between. But I don't think they're going to have time to come in and do an out lap. GR Media no mate, need a PS5. Mostly writing a lot of music track. Okay, getting ready for Gran Turismo 8 maybe. Well, hopefully they're going to improve the league lobby settings and leagues and everything that was kind of completely forgot about in Gran Turismo 7. We didn't realise that there was an active league racing community on our game. Our bad. Oh, good time from Alfonso out there. Chat, anyone seen that? 1 minute 19.8. He was 20.6 before, so he's just taken 8 tenths off. And Alfonso, Q3 for Alfonso. Anyone calling it? Welcome, Free Zips. Hey, what's up, bro? Have a question? Let me know. 119.8. Anyone saying Alfonso Q3? Who's brave enough? JJ saying go Alfonso. You could do it. You could do it. Wan C saying Alfonso. Asher saying it's Alfonsk. Right. Who else is setting a lap time soon? So Verstappen's going to start a lap. Hadjar is going to be setting his lap. He's gone fast out of anyone in Sector 2. So Hadjar set a blinding Sector 2. Hadjar may be right up there. Let's see. Isaac Hadjar ahead of Verstappen. Goes fastest. 117.8 for Isaac Hadjar. Was that an angry lap by Hadjar maybe? You will see. My Moser SRP spring tensioner broke. I know that they sell upgrades for the SRP pedal. So if it's in the upgrade pack, I would get that. It's quite cheap. But check everything you need is in that upgrade pack. Right, let's see then. Hamilton leaving the pits as well. 2.5 minutes to go. Hamilton is going to get around in time. Welcome Ian Grindon as well. Good to see you. Good to have you on board. Let us know you're supporting. Okay, Lando is starting his lap. Kimi is going to be starting his lap as well. Lindblad's starting his lap. Verstappen surely will be finishing his lap. Yeah, Verstappen's going to be finishing his lap. Nelson, stand by. Lewis, we're going to change everything for wets. Anyone remember that? Was it Hungary? When it was just Lewis on the grid? Right, Verstappen doesn't improve. Gasly's going to start. Colapinto's going to start. Yeah, another lap time to lead. Oh, Antonelli in trouble. Is he having to do something different here? No, he's on. I think he's on plan. Russell goes P4, but Antonelli cannot afford to mess up this lap. We mentioned it before that Antonelli likes to get track limit penalties. At the moment, Alfonso is in the drop zone. He's out. Alfonso's out of Q3. Bortoletta's absolutely battered him, and here comes Hulkenberg as well, who's going to put Lawson down in there, but Lawson's going to go up by Charles Leclerc. Is Leclerc on a fast lap? Or is Leclerc in trouble? Is Leclerc sprinting out of the pits? to try and get to the start-finish line. Ooh. Bortoletto didn't quite beat Charles Leclerc as Lando Norris goes fastest. Kimi needs to get out the drop zone. He does here. Kimi's left it late. High risk strategy here. High risk. As Lindblad goes. Right. Leclerc's now in the drop zone. So Leclerc is on a fast lap actually. Leclerc needs to get this lap in there. Let's see what the Alpines are going to do. The Alpines are going to drop anyone in there. Is Russell safe? Leclerc's even further buried, but he needs a lap anyway. Surely Leclerc's going to get this done. Surely Leclerc is going to drop Lawson into the drop zone. And he does. He goes P2. And I think that's that. I think that's that. Wow, look at the Mercedes all the way down there. And so now look at Leclerc set to 3, 22.1. Yeah, it was quick. Hamilton went faster in the end. But look at where the Mercedes are. 8th and 9th, the Mercedes. Trusso Valley over left for 2 seconds. Once Antonelli almost made a mess of that. Best comms on the net. Thank you very much, Nelson. Tell you what, let's do another nations check. Let us know where in the world you're watching from. Let us know which country you're watching from. Put your country in the chat there. Hit the like button as well if you want. Okay, let's keep an eye on lap times delete and stuff like that as well. Could still be some coming in after the flag. Martin, Netherlands. Antonella, Australia. Ingrid from United Kingdom. Clickrock from Netherlands. JJ from Croatia right now. Croatian airport. Reported from Chongqing. Vidskiv Kevin from UK. Trunks Leicester. UK. Captain USA. GRM UK Cheltenham. Trusso Oliver from Russia. Rio God India. Jerome New York. Go Knicks. Mark's watching from Cambridge. Foul from Turkey. Ash Iriman from Pakistan. Technically upset watching from Zimbabwe. Welcome along. Joseph from Malta. See, very global stream here. Ayash from India, super global stream. That's just how we roll. Damfad from Australia, Nelson from UK. Bronco from Alkmaar. So Lindblad, I think Lindblad was saying it wasn't a good lap, but he's still gone faster than Mercedes. And he's knocked out Lawson. Martin next week, I'll be back at Malta. Let's keep an eye. I don't know if the race is next weekend or not yet. Sergi is watching from Shibuya in Japan. Very nice. Did you watch the Tokyo E-Prix? Let us know if you caught that. It's a win for Dan Tictum. Topper from Philippines as well. Right, next up is Q3, and given I backed Kimi Antonelli, I'm not sure now. Credit to Hulkenberg for getting in there. I did say it would be between the Audis and the RBs, but I didn't expect the Mercedes to be so low. Andrew's watching from Guyana. Is that Guyana or French Guyana? Ah! Emma Donis is watching from Guyana as well. Do we have 2 people watching from Guyana? Who in chat at the same time? Is that a massive coincidence? Or do all the messages reach Guyana at the same time? Do you think Antonelli will bounce back in top 3? Oh, you just don't know with him, because he could get a track limit and invalidate everything. He could go pole. We're about to find out. That's partly why he's so exciting to watch. But Russell also with issues. Maybe it's not really a maybe it's not really a Mercedes track per se. Norris looking good. Norris is looking good. I tell you, this could be between Lando and the Ferraris. Can Oscar do something here? Hadjar going faster than Verstappen as well. Topper just got in here. Are we to start Q3? Yeah, we're going to start Q3 very shortly. I think we might be starting in 1 minute. Rocking Angelica. Black and Nation Check is my favourite part of the streams. It is fun to do. We don't appreciate it until we do it. So yeah, we're waiting for Q3 to start. It's just going to be the top 10 here, top 10 shootout. I'd expect 2 laps from everyone involved. I can't look past Lando now. I can't look past Lando. What does this mean for the championship as well? Lando's still... Is it still possible for Lando? Charles Leclerc had a blinking yellow and green flag. 126 likes, yep. I think tomorrow for the race, try and go for a big 500 or something. Is Charles Leclerc going to be in trouble, I think is the questions being asked. Is that maybe why Liam Lawson could still be in the car? I think Lawson might still be in the car here. That looks like a classification to me. Kimi's being so aggressive with attacking the curbs. Getting track limits actually on the entry. You can see track limits are 10.7. Which is the entry to that left-hander. He's not running wide on the exit, he's taking so much on the entry. It's an old school track cut. None of this run wide, newfangled one. It's a proper, I'm just going to cut the corner. Which is cool to see, but he won't want to make a mistake here in Q3. You get 2 laps. Shows if McLaren bought signaling upgrades, packing his GP, and looks like they're working good. Hope Lando gets pole. Well, Q3 is now officially underway. We are rolling. What do you feel about F1 in Malaysia? Sid asked Munissa. I think it's going to be great if it happens. It's great for Mercedes. Petronas. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, it's a bit like when Imola was on the calendar. It's like, yeah, great. Eiffel GP going to Nürburgring was great. I'll never say no to a one-off. Maybe every season there should be like a random... There should be a slot for a random track. That we can vote or something. Funny how so many of the cars are sponsored by AI companies. I guess there's so much money in those companies, got to spend it. Use it or lose it. So no one's coming out yet. They'll be doing 2 runs, so... I want to come out that early. But when they do come out, they're all going to... Obviously, they're all going to come out at the same time. And they'll all get in each other's way, leaving the pits. Such is the nature of Formula 1. Yeah, interesting stepped shark fin on the Ferrari. Anyone making a move? Are the McLarens about to head out? world champion, so starting the pit lane, first slot in the pit lane. Yes, and now we see drivers make their way, and I think it will start a cascade of cars leaving. Notification I'm getting in, but I don't like it. Okay, so Verstappen out first, then Piastri, then Norris, then Hadjar, then Lindblad. Interestingly, the Ferraris. Oh no, Ferrari's on the move now as well. Which driver do you think will win in Malaysia? I'll say Hamilton. Barry thinks Norris is going to win this race. Well, let's see what happens on pole here. Verstappen is out first. So we're about to get our first runs of Q3. There's a bit of a queue at the end of the pit lane, or at least Hamilton was queuing for a bit with Leclerc behind. I'm not sure why he was queuing, although I guess you can see that there is they are trying to maintain gaps. Oh, something going on with George Russell's car. He was waiting a long time. So, and Hulkenberg. Where is Hulkenberg? Hulkenberg's out there as well. So everyone is out on circuit. Everyone is out on circuit. And Verstappen is going to be is the first driver who will be finishing this lap. Top, I'm using a cell phone. What's the gap between first and second last qualifying? I can't remember, but we're about to see the first Q3 laps be completed. Verstappen will be first to complete. We have all 10 drivers out on circuit. And in the battle for Sector 1s, at the moment, it's Piastri. Now Lando has gone a bit faster in Sector 1. What about Hadjar? Not quite as fast. Lindblad is going to exit Sector 1. What did Lindblad do? Nowhere near as fast. Right, Verstappen goes around the last corner then. Let's see our first lap times. Let's see. So Verstappen goes faster with 17.7, which I think is faster we've seen in qualifying so far. Piastri, though, goes over the line and is even faster. 17.6 for Piastri. He takes provisional pole. Now it's time for Lando to complete his lap. Lando goes over the line, and it is even faster. Quite a bit faster. 17.3 for Lando. That provisional pole, and that could be pole. And now it's Hadjar, who will go P4 with 17.8. And I'd expect Lindblad to go P5. It's Hamilton, meanwhile, who has the fastest Sector 1 by quite a bit. So Hamilton is on the move. But next over the line is going to be Nico Hulkenberg. But I can see that Lewis Hamilton is en route here, potentially to go fastest. Let's see. Hulkenberg slots in P6, 18.7. All eyes on Hamilton now. Will he go provisionally fastest? He does indeed. 17.2 for Lewis Hamilton. So almost exactly a 10th faster than Lando. And now Charles Leclerc goes P3, 17.4. Now it's time for the Mercedes. Kimi first. Will he go fastest? No, only P4 for Kimi. 17.5, only P4. And what about George Russell? Where will George Russell go? Russell only goes 7th, 17.7. So with everyone having set a lap time, this is where we are in the first runs in qualifying. It's Lewis Hamilton provisionally fastest, 17.2. And then Lando Norris is P2 with a 17.3. He's a 10th slower. Charles Leclerc is a 10th further back, 17.4. Then Kimi's a 10th further back from him, 17.5. Oscar Piastri, a 10th back from Kimi in P5 with a 17.6. And then Verstappen half a tenth slower in P6, 17.7. And George Russell, a couple hundred slower in P7, the 17.76. Hajar, a tenth slower in P8, 17.8. And then Lindblad and Hulkenberg are in the 1 minute 18s. So, yeah, it's going to come down to these last ones. It looks like Hamilton purple sectors in every sector, if I saw it correctly. So it's going to be tough to dislodge Hamilton from the top of the grid here. What is happening to the Mercedes? It looks like not Mercedes track. Right. Football J saying 71 will be pole. Let me know in chat, who's your prediction for pole? Put the name of the driver that's going to get pole. Did Lando make a mistake on the penultimate corner? Or the last corner? Came into the last corner. Was there a correction? Oh, there was a bit of a slide from Lando. Was it a 10th? Yeah, it was. So if Lando doesn't make that mistake, I'd say Lando lost a 10th in the last corner. Anton saying Hamilton, Mark saying Hamilton. Captain Haddy saying it's Hamilton. GR Media saying Hamilton. I'm gonna go Lando. I'm gonna go Lando here. But let's see, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I feel like it's between Hamilton and Lando Norris, but maybe I'll be wrong. Gage saying Hamilton, Susie saying Hamilton, Sidar saying Hamilton, Brad saying Luigi. Luigi not in this race. Four minutes to go. I reckon in about 30 seconds we'll see the cars starting to leave the pit lane. I think Lando's going to do it, because I think Lando made a mistake.
Keep trying.
16.9 if... yeah, will we see a 16? If we see a 16, I'd say it's definitely Lando. Oh, Luigi. Oh, okay. To be fair, it's not the best. Yeah, the race could be very interesting tomorrow as well. The race could be very interesting. What about Piastri, Antonelli, Charles Leclerc though? Kind of, I've written off those ones. Right, the Ferraris leave the pit lane. The Ferraris are out of the pits. Wow. Mercedes leaving the tyre warmers on Kimi's car to the very last moment. In the very last moment, almost got tangled up. And Mark's saying 15.3 was last year's pole. Yeah, not going to quite be there, but I don't honestly, I don't think that matters. Good to know, but I don't think it matters too much. Okay, so Hamilton is going to be first, interestingly, to set his time. So if there is track evolution, surely Hamilton's not going to do the create a yellow flag situation, because he could do. He's first out, he could create a yellow flag. I said it here first if it happens. So Hulkenberg stalled in the pits. And it's going to make it quite difficult for Piastri to get out around in time, to be honest. Piastri's going to have to step on it. I think Lando might have been compromised by Hulkenberg stalling in the pits. So the Audi, that has no chance of being anywhere but last, I think, in this session, might really be affected. I wonder if Lando's going to try and overtake Hulkenberg here. But Piastri may really be in trouble. Looks like Lando's going to try and overtake Hulkenberg. That's definitely not the plan they would have had or wanted. Keep an eye on Lando. Yeah, Lando goes for the overtake. So that is unusual. Black is 637 watching. Smash a like. Each like means a great deal. Yeah, exactly. We could have 600 likes. Everyone just smash that like button. So Hamilton is gonna finish his lap and catch Piastri basically. Oh no, it's all gonna be a mess on the last corner. It's all gonna be a mess on the last corner. Hamilton's gonna catch Piastri. Piastri's got to get out of the way. Oh, it's messy, 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 messy. I'm not talking about football here. Piastri is going to get over the line just. So Hamilton, I don't think it's an improvement. It's not an improvement from Hamilton. In fact, it's a lot slower, 18.9. That was a waste of a lap from Hamilton. Charles Leclerc, also not improving. Is anyone improving? Kimi's improving. Yellow flag is out! It's Verstappen on the last corner again. It's Verstappen. I think it's done. Unless it clears by the time... Because Lando's so far back, ironically. Ironically, Lando's so far back. But it's messed up Russell again. It probably messed up Kimi again. But Lando... What can Lando do? He's dropping purples in there. He's dropping purples. He's sprinkling a few purples. The yellow flag is cleared because Verstappen got going again. There's another yellow flag at turn 1. Russell's gone off at turn 1. Is that some shenanigans by Russell? Is he doing something funny here? But Lando's going to go over. Absolute scenes. If Lando gets pole here, scenes. Oh, he's got pole. It's big scenes. 2 yellow flags on the lap and Lando's got pole. What's George Russell done? So George Russell's gone off at turn 1, but Lando's still got pole. I told you Lando was going to get pole today. I told you. I told you. But what's happened there? What's George Russell done? So Verstappen went off at the last corner. Russell went off at the first corner. And Lando's been saved a little bit by Hülkenberg. Stalling in the pits, I would say. So, what's Russell done? What's Russell done at turn 1? How has he binned it after finishing the lap? I wonder if there's some foul play involved here. I wonder if some foul play. BCR Esports Crystal Ball working very well today. That is epic. Ah, Russell's out of the car, but he's parked it. It looks like he's parked it on the track. Looks like he's oh my goodness, Russell has parked that car. I've sat there in the Hungaroring in real life. He's parked it on the entry point to the corner. Like, or basically on the racing line. Like, unless that car is ground to a halt, something weird is going on here because Russell could have rolled that car through the corner. But it's almost like Russell threw toys out of the pram because he was impeded by Verstappen and he stopped his car on the racing line. Very weird. So what happened with Verstappen on the last corner? Oh, Verstappen spun it like he did at Silverstone, like he did at Austria. So Verstappen spun it on the last corner, which is weird. But then Russell, I do not understand. I've never seen a car parked on the racing line like that. Basically saying to everyone, you have to neutralize this race. Oh. We'll have to unpick that. I wonder if Russell's completely lost the plot here. It could be that Russell's completely lost the plot, which would be very interesting. What do you think, chat? As we're live here, what are your instincts? Do you think Russell's lost the plot? By the way, it was so close between Lando and Lewis Hamilton. So close. Remember, Lewis Hamilton hit traffic with Nico Hülkenberg because Hülkenberg stalled it. It was Lewis's choice to come out first, but it was such a crazy last session. Multiple yellow flags. So Lando gets pole, as I predicted, although I think I may have changed my prediction during the course of the day. Hamilton is on the first row though, shaking his head. Maybe something happened on that last lap. Joker said, did I see smoke coming out of his car? It wouldn't be surprising if there was smoke coming out of George Russell's car because he was stationary. But unless that gearbox is seized up, you could put that car in so many better places than on the turn and on turn 1. It's ridiculous from what I can see. I'm going to check now. I'm going to check the forums now, see what the forums are saying. Because I can't make head or tail of that. What's happened here? Yeah, unless it's a big mechanical for George. But I think it's really weird how you stop the car there. I think it's really weird. Smoke coming out of his ears. Yeah, let's see. It could still be good for Hamilton tomorrow. Joker, I don't know, man. This is painful to watch. You mean for George Russell? Was Piastri in Hamilton's way? There was something weird going on with Piastri and Hamilton in turn 1. Like through turn 1 and turn 2, there was something weird going on. So it was a very congested Q3. Given that we got through the first 2 sessions without any impeding, Q3 it all happened. Antonelli yellow flag infringements being noted, and Hamilton Piastri impeding. That would be Hamilton impeding Piastri, by the way. That would be Hamilton impeding Piastri. I don't know how that... It may be... It may be that Hamilton was full pace and Piastri was full pace at that point in time. Anthony, someone on Reddit reckons George I'll shut it down right there and then and get out. Still a weird place. It's dangerous. You just do it on the other side of the circuit. It's a good Lewis P2, yeah, but I wonder if he thinks he's going to... Anthony investigator following to failing race rights instruction Master Delta. We see that a lot. Nothing seems to happen of it. No further action for Russell. I guess that might be a technical thing. Given he's come to a stop. It says stop by his car. But yeah, some odd goings on. Some odd goings on. I just wonder whether the season is going to evolve into quite a nice season. Given that the championship leader's in P4 now and Hamilton's ahead of him. But yeah. Lots to dissect there. Joseph, Lando, welcome back to Great to see you on Top One Serve. So we'll be back tomorrow. Welcome Cassandra. We'll be back tomorrow for the race, and hopefully going to be an exciting race actually. Thanks Antoinette. Thank you for joining. It's always great to see any people join the streams. We can follow the races together. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Let's see how the Mercedes are going to be. What do you think about champ? Who'd be a champ? It'd be interesting to see where McLaren have the legs tomorrow because they faded previously. And it'll be interesting to see whether Hamilton gets a penalty. So if Hamilton gets a penalty, he might start to get a bit frustrated. No worries, Martin. Thanks, everyone. Thanks to the mods. Thanks, Black keeping order. Thanks, Joker, for all the gifted memberships. So many gifted memberships. So thank you, everyone, for joining. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll put the stream up. So if you see it, don't forget to hit the reminder in there. Thanks, BTR Esports. And hopefully going to be quite an interesting race. Because even if the Mercedes have good pace, they've got to come through quite a bit. And George's... What's going on with George Russell? I do not know. What corner is named after Hamilton? Well, he's got 9 poles here. Almost made it 10. I don't know what corner is named. He has the Hamilton Straight at Silverstone, though. So... But yeah, I'm going to leave it there, everyone. And I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, Joker! Thank you so much for the last gifted for Dil Guan. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Leave some 10s out of 10 in there. Just sneak that one in before the checkered flag. There we go, 10s out of 10s. Feel free to put your claps in the chat there for Joecast. Lots of gifting memberships, very generous. And hopefully we have another good stream tomorrow.